Hello, and welcome back to Whispers from the Dark. This story is going to be a little different. It's not about a dream. It's not about a visit from a loved one that's passed. It's not about a time slip. This is a story about some magic high tops. That's right, high top tennis shoes. Black Converse, to be exact. I'm going to take you back about, 7 years ago, maybe 6 years ago. I didn't have a pair of high tops that fit me right. They were really tight. I'd gotten those from my nephew back when he was in junior high. His feet grew real quick and he only was able to wear them a few months, and just, they looked brand new. And he couldn't bear to just throw them out yet, so I went over to see my sister and him, and they were sitting on the landing of the stairs going upstairs. And I said, "Why'd you leave your high tops over here?" And he said, "Oh, I can't wear those anymore. They're too tight." He said, "My feet grew real fast and, they don't fit me." And so I looked at them and I went, I tried them on. They fit me snug, but they fit me. He said, "Take them." And I was just excited as I could be, because I hadn't had a pair in years. And I wore out several pair when I was in college. So I was kind of excited to get me another pair of black high tops. Well, I wear them probably a couple of years, off and on, and I keep noticing they're getting tighter. They're getting tighter. And then they got to where it was just too tight. My feet were sore after wearing them, and they're not supposed to affect your feet that way. And I thought, I gotta put these away. I gotta get me a pair that fits. So I looked online, and the new ones were $70. Problem is, when you buy shoes, especially these days with everything being made in China or Mexico with the American stickers on them, you really don't know how they're made or what size they really are. Shoes are one of those things you really need to get and try on to make sure they fit. So I basically come to the decision to just try to find a outlet store or a local store somewhere that would have them, where I could try them on to make sure they fit. Well, I worked night shift, and I worked all night. I went home, fed my critters, changed clothes, drove back into town, had to go to DMV to get my tags for my vehicle. And it was probably 9:30 or 10 before I was done there. Because there's always a wait, even early in the morning. They open at 8, there's like a 30-minute line, and so I kind of waited a few minutes. I waited till probably 9 o'clock to hit that place. So the rush of everybody trying to hit it early in the morning would be over. So I did my thing, put the tags on my vehicle, started through town to go home. By that time, excuse me, by that time the sun was up and bright. It was starting to heat up. It was summertime, and if you've ever worked nights, you know that the longer you stay up after working all night, the tireder you get. But you can maintain, and it's okay as long as it's not too bright. But once the sun is really beating down on you, and it starts getting warm outside, you feel like you're melting. You just want to go find somewhere dark and cool to hibernate. And that's what I was feeling that morning. I thought, man, stick a fork in me, I'm done. I'm so tired. So I was hurrying through Denton, trying to get home so I could get in my PJs and go to bed. And I'm passing down University Boulevard, or University Drive. Denton Thrift Store is right there on my right. And I get an overwhelming feeling to pull in. I mean, it was like something inside of me was drawing me to pull in the parking lot and go in the store. And I kept feeling like, come on in here. Maybe you'll find your high tops that you've been looking for. And I thought, this is insane. What's the chances of a thrift store where people donate things to be sold having high-top tennis shoes, black, and in my size? What's the chances of that? Kind of like winning the lottery, I guess. One in 10,000 million. I don't know. Slim to none, I guess, is a better description. So while my gut feeling was pulling me to pull, literally telling me, stop by the thrift store, maybe they got your shoes, my brain was basically speaking logic and saying, ain't no way in hell they're gonna have your shoes and they're gonna be in your size. It's a thrift store. You're tired, go home. But my gut was saying, do it. And I thought, it won't take me but 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm tired. I get it. Yeah, I'd forgot to bring my sunglasses. That sucked. So here I am driving around town, squinted eyes, it was awful. I was so tired. I was miserable. And then my gut is guiding me to stop at a thrift store. My brain is going, no. Keep going. Go home. But I stopped at the thrift store because I thought, I'll never know. I'll always wonder. And I'll kick myself for not at least trying if I don't try. Even though I knew the percentage, the chance of them having black high-top Converse in my size is slim to none. I thought, what the hell? So I pulled in. Then I went inside. Went over to the shoe rack, and lo and behold, I kid you not, right there on the shelf, black high-top Converse. And I'm thinking, holy crap. So then I pick them up and flip them over to look at the size on the sole, and they're my size. They are my size. And I'm like, I cannot believe this. I mean, I would have looked around for candid cameras or something, but no one knew I was doing this but me, so no one set me up to it. It was just like my inner dialogue telling me to do it. I mean, I didn't hear a voice, but I felt it, if that makes sense. I felt the guidance, and I felt the direction to go and the explanation to go. But my logic brain was going, yeah, that ain't gonna happen. What's the chances of that? Well, I guess I won the lottery that day. I actually found a thing to sit down on it, tried them on. Lo and behold, they fit me. They weren't snug. They weren't too tight. They had just enough looseness to where I could wiggle my toes and my feet a little bit, but they weren't too loose. They were perfect, and I went, holy crap. And then I looked up, saw the sign. Shoes were, I don't remember what percentage off, but come to find out the shoes cost me $7. That's right, $7. I practically stole them. I couldn't believe it. I texted my friend from work and said, you're not going to believe this shit. And I told her. But she didn't really understand the meaning of those for me, but oh well. My son, he would get it. So I texted him and took pictures of them and said, hey, look, check this out, $7. Whoa. My guardian angel led me here, and I be damned, I found them. He thought it was cool. So I got my high-top tennis shoes by listening to my guardian angel, even though my logic brain was basically arguing with her, was trying to reason with me that it was stupid to even accept the possibility of them having my shoe. But I listened to my angel this time. At least that's what I think it is. I think, that's something I've taught my son. When he was little, I taught him. I mean, he was preschool. And I found a way to teach this lesson to him in a way that he would understand at that level. I told him, I said, if you ever are playing with somebody and you get say your friend wants to go home or wants to go do something else, and you get a bad feeling about that. You don't know why, but you just kind of know it's not a good idea. I said, do what you gotta do to keep him there with you. Let him play with your toy. Even if you don't normally do that, let him play with your toy. Or talk him into doing something that he wants to do that'll keep him there. Because if your gut, your tummy tells you to do something or to not do something, listen to it. And he understood that. I mean, at age 5 or 6, he could understand that. Well, unfortunately, I have to admit, I don't always listen to my own preaching. It's kind of like, do as I say, not as I do. Although, most of the time, I try to. If my gut's telling me to do something, I try to do it. or if it's warning me off, then I get away from whomever or whatever it's warning me away from. This time, I almost let my logic brain win because I was tired. I had worked all night. It was mid-morning. It was bright sun, warming up quickly. I had no sunglasses. I was exhausted. And quite simply, it made sense to think that the percentage was really slim, that a thrift store, a store that basically has its goods that's donated to them to sell. A thrift store would have high-top tennis shoes, specifically Converse, black, and in my size. I mean, that's not a shoe store. It's a used goods store. It's a crapshoot what you find in there at any given time. It changes rapidly. So logically, it would make sense to not expect to find your shoes. But I listened to my angel, and I think that's what that gut feeling is. I listened to my angel. I gave her the opportunity. I said, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Let's try this. It's only going to take 5 minutes. And I was right for doing that. And she was right for sending me. Thank God I listened. So the moral of the story is, if you ever have a gut feeling, tells you to do something or tells you not to do something, or if you meet someone and you get a bad feeling from them, you know, the kind of feeling like you remember when you were a kid and you were in school and you got the two pieces, like in science class, you had these two magnets and you'd flip them up, you know, away from each other and try to stick them together and they would like repel each other. Have you ever met someone and had that kind of feeling and you didn't know why? I have. Met someone and you really just want to turn around and run. And no joke, really. And you didn't know why. Or met someone and kind of made your skin crawl. Or the hair on the back of your neck stand up. All of those things I truly do believe are your guardian angels warning you to be alert or to not trust or go with or let that person in your home or in your confidence. Or if your gut feeling's telling you to go somewhere, maybe there's a reason. Maybe you're going to be the only one there that knows CPR and someone's about to code and you're going to need to do something to save their lives. Or something a little less serious. Maybe you're being sent for your magic shoes. That's right. Those high tops are my magic shoes. They helped me break a curse. That's right, it's a curse. A curse. I'll tell that story next, in the next video. Thanks for listening.